So Ichigo has just destroyed the entire Soul Society, but like you have just accomplished what you have about Ichigo, like what he wanted to do all this time. It's like, congratulations, Ichigo, you just goddamn fucked everything up right now. And it's like, we need this hero right now to actually do something because Jesus fucking Christ, are we in for a lot of shit right now for what's going to happen in Bleach. So a lot of this chapter, like, for the start, it was, like, seeing a lot more, like, the stuff from, like, Soul Society, seeing, like, you know, all the visors, like, Hiyori and, like, all of them returning, and that she was pretty much, like, spraying, like, this whole, like, liquid out, and that was, like, I believe it was, like, a byproduct of the distortion caused between Soul Society and the Dangan, and it's, like, it's fueling the journey for them to actually go to the Soul Palace, and a lot of reasons, like, they go, like, Hiyori was putting up a lot of fight and all that, and he's saying, you know, oh, yeah, there's, like, all your stuff here, let's go, and all that. And it's like, yo, Kensei, Rose, and all that, like, they were fighting their asses off and all that. It's like, so this is, like, the best that they can do. It's like, now we've got to prove it. And, like, also as well, when Howard was describing, saying, you know, this is, like, when we open this door, that will connect us directly here to, like, you know, the Soul King's Palace and all that, like, we probably won't be able to return and all that. And this is where, like, everyone said, like, Soifon and all that, said, like, listen here, like, you know, who do you think we are? Like, we were, you know, captains of the Saints, like, you know, members of Soul Society, so, like, don't look down on us and stuff like that. Like, we wouldn't do anything to protect anything. And it's like, you got to see, like, you know, like, Urahara was kind of relieved about that, and he's just, like, saying, like, even when you saw Kenpachi, he's like, oh, I just want to beat the shit out of people. And it's like, he just had that little smile, but then as well, he already just there, like, with a lot of sadness in the face, like, yeah, let's go all together. So this pretty much shows that how we're going to have with, like, the rest of these other flyers dealing with, like, the other Quincy's, like, we're pretty much going to have, like, you know, Reiji, Byakuya, all of them are going to go there and go to the Soul Palace and take care of everything. But from what we saw in Ichigo's part of the story and all that, it's like, where he saw all of them up there, he's like, we've come to stop you. And he's like, oh, I saw all of it. And he tried to immediately pull the sword out of the Soul King and all that to save them. But one thing that was very noticeable when he pulled out the sword was that how much identical you watch. It's like Blade looks a lot tight to Ichigo, showing more of, like, the whole resemblance and all that with the Zangetsu, since it had the sort of the same time hilt on it. And you even saw that he was using, like, his brute, like he was actually using his Quincy defense when he was, like, pulling out that sword. You just saw, like, all that going across his arm and his face, and it was like kind of crazy to saw that. And it was like Ichigo was like shocked, saying, what the fuck's happening? And he just immediately slashed down, like, the Soul King, and he's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, Ichigo, like, you know, your Quincy blood inside, he refuses to, like, even consider his existence. And he's like, now let's watch Soul Society, like, just be destroyed together. And I was like, this sick, twisted motherfucker. Like, this is why he wanted Ichigo. He could have finished it just there and there like that, but he's like, no, Ichigo can do it. He's like, let him suffer as he destroys, you know, like, a place with, like, a home with, like, all his friends and all that. And it's like, goddamn, like, Ichigo, you gotta go against this motherfucker right now. You gotta stop all this shit. Because, like, I feel that's another reason why Urahara knew, like, he was gonna get them all to this, like, Soul King's Palace. And all that. It's like, okay, you guys need to get out of there, because if you stay here, you're probably going to die and all that. So that was some kind of crazy shit to even see with that, like, that was going on. So overall, it was like a interesting chapter. Like, honestly, like with not most of these chapters really felt short and all that. Like, it wasn't too much of the happening. Just like Ichigo pulled that out, which was kind of goddamn fucking shocking. And also as well, like, you know, had like all of like Urahara and like everyone, they're now finally going there, and it was a cool chapter. I enjoyed it. I think I give this one like a 7.5 to like an 8 out of 10. It was a really good chapter. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this chapter. But that's all for me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.